Word. In Abuja, Musbah and Wahab, NC News.
President Muhammad Buhari extends greetings to the entire Nigerian citizens and Muslims at home and abroad, particularly on the occasion of the Eid al-Mawlid, the birthday of Prophet Muhammad, and wishes everyone peace, happiness, and good health. In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to the President, Garba Shehu, President Buhari noted that Nigeria is making great progress under the APC-led federal government in dealing with issues of security, the war against corruption, the reforms and restructuring of the economy, and the provision of needed infrastructure. President Buhari asked for prayers for the nation and for a peaceful electioneering as Nigeria embark on a journey to democratic election in the new year. Ustaz Abubakar Sadiq is joining me from our Kaduna Network Center to speak more on the significance of Eid al-Mawlid celebrations. Ustaz Abubakar Sadiq, welcome to the NTA Network studios. What are the obligations for a Muslim on a day like this?
As you have seen from the report, some people celebrate and they have their modus operandi of such celebrations, while others repudiate the entire exercise. Now, both those who accept and those who repudiate, we are all agreed on one thing, and that is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his life. Therefore, all of us should attune our psyche to the lessons that life has taught us of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, especially in a country whereby hatred is taking the place of love. If you look at the life of the Prophet, somebody who was brought up an orphan and who grew up, accepted, and when the message came to him, he was totally rejected. He had to leave to Medina. And now in Medina, there were people that have not accepted him. So for one to say they want to live in a community whereby there must be a homogeneous community, to have only one set of people and one set of norms and creed, is not following the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He lived with those people who have not accepted his message. When he took up arms to protect the Muslim community in Medina, he was also protecting those people who were not Muslims in Medina. And it seems people have forgotten about how he conducted his life, the edict that was in operation in Medina to take care of both the Muslims and the non-Muslims. He gave shelter and protection to the non-Muslims. When the people...
What single significance, if you can point to, will you say this celebration is to the Muslim world and to Nigerians at large?
Muhammad, that is what I'm trying to do, to show how that life affects us today as Nigerians. The point I was trying to make was the issue of Mecca. When he was driven out of Mecca, and now he is in Medina, the head of the Muslim community in Medina, where there were non-Muslims, and the believers he left in Mecca were persecuted and tortured, and some of them were killed. The Prophet did not say, now that I am head of state here and we have some non-Muslims here, since you have killed Muslims and tortured them in Mecca, I will do the same thing to the non-Muslims in Medina. Any Muslim who would injure or harm a person that is not of his faith because another person elsewhere has injured or killed a Muslim, now you have another non-Muslim close by who doesn't know anything about what has happened there, has no relation at all with the people, and now you harm such a person, is going against the life and the teachings in both spirit and letter of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not only that.
So very much, you touched the nail on the head, as they say. Thank you so much. We have to leave it there. Ustaz Abubakar Sadiq, joined us from Kaduna Network Center speaking on the significance of Eid al-Mawlud. Nigeria has signed a $60 million agreement with the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, to sustain efforts of the government in rebuilding the economy. Leah Katumba-Batunde reports that this is the second country program of UNIDO for sustainable industrial development in Nigeria, after the first one expired in 2017.
The United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, is one of Nigeria's development partners in the areas of trade and industry. The first phase of the country program initiated by UNIDO in Nigeria saw projects cut across critical economic sectors like industry and manufacturing, agribusiness, renewable energy and environment, all aimed at supporting the government in diversifying the economy. The new country program targets the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals SDG, especially goal number 9, which focuses on building resilient infrastructure, promoting inclusive and sustainable industrialization, as well as fostering innovation.
To happen is I want to see more jobs created, particularly in industry. It has been said that industry creates more jobs when it succeeds. Whether it's light manufacturing or more complicated or more complex manufacturing, it just creates jobs, and we need those jobs desperately.
The country program for 2018 to 2020 has 9 areas of focus designed to strengthen existing relationship between Nigeria and UNIDO. It is aligned to government's development strategies, including the Vision 2020, the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan ERGP, Industrial Revolution Plan, and UNIDO's mandate on inclusive and sustainable industrial development.
I just would like to say, through the country program implemented, Nigeria become a leader in mobilizing the resources from small hydro.
Of the $60 million expected to be spent during the course of the program, Nigeria will pay 30%, multilaterals and other donor agencies another 30%, while UNIDO funds the rest. In Abuja, I'm Leah Katumba-Batunde, NTA News.
The federal government has released into the seed market 2 new transgenic cotton hybrid varieties which are high-yielding and tolerant to insect pests and comes with high potential to revive the textile industry in the country. Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya, who launched the cotton seed varieties known as BT cotton, developed by the National Biotechnology Development Agency in partnership with other research institutes, says the landmark achievement is good news for Nigeria's cotton farmers. Justin Ben-Oyi has the report.
The newly released Myco C567 BGII and Myco C571 BGII varieties of transgenic hybrid cotton set the stage for self-sufficiency in the production of cotton as industrial raw material and subsequent transformation of the textile industry in Nigeria. This transition from the relatively low-yielding conventional Nigerian cotton seeds to new and revolutionary transgenic cotton seeds, the Ministers of Science and Technology as well as Agriculture believe will not only reactivate the industries but also help fight poverty and add value to raw materials for export.
We should use science and technology to now convert them into the products, into the services that we need, into those things that we import from outside.
We have to revive the textile industry. We have to bring the jobs back. We have to cut down on imports.
We did not change the local advantages of our varieties. Instead, we have transformed these varieties.
The ministers allayed the fears of biosafety concerns as they said there has been no reported adverse, toxic or any allergic effects of BT cotton on human or animal health. Dr. Ogbonnaya assured of the ministry's continuous support to any research and innovation that can help the nation achieve food security. Justin Ben-Oyi, NTA News.
The United Progressive Party has adopted President Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressives Congress as the party's presidential candidate for the 2019 presidential election. National Chairman of the party, Dr. Chekwas Okorie, announced this in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf has the report.
The national chairman of the United Progressive Party, Dr. Chekwas Okorie, explains that the party's decision followed the painstaking evaluation of all the options and in consideration of the sincerity, uprightness and credibility of President Muhammadu Buhari, which he says has brought to bear in his approach to governance.
We wish to announce to the Nigerian public that President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, has been endorsed and adopted as our presidential candidate for the 2019 presidential election.
The UPP national chairman discloses that the party shall from time to time share with Nigerians the many sound and logical reasons why President Muhammadu Buhari should be returned to office. He stresses that it will be a tragedy of a monumental proportion to return what he calls the years of profligacy, unbridled corruption, scandalous leakages and highly compromised judiciary to power. Meanwhile, the presidential candidate of the People's Trust, Gbenga Olawepo Hashim, kickstarts his campaign with an interactive session with people of the Federal Capital Territory. He promises to run an all-inclusive government if elected president.
We will unite Nigeria. We will fight ethnicity. We will defeat terror. We will create unity.
Similarly, the presidential candidate of Nigeria Democratic Congress Party, NDCP, Dr. Johnson Ejosowan, unveils a 10-point action plan to herald his campaign. He promised to move the country to the next level if victorious at the poll.
And this 10-point agenda, will help us transform Nigeria from point A to Z. That focus on economy, it focuses on infrastructure.
He promised to run an issue-based campaign in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf, NT News.
Still on the 2019 general elections, President Muhammadu Buhari has been described as a dedicated leader, totally committed to the development and empowerment of youths across the country. Participants at an empowerment summit in Uyo stated this at an event organized by the Basi Etim Support Group. Maran Vincent Eko now reports.
These youths are drawn from Akwa Ibom Northeast Senatorial District with the aim of strategizing for the forthcoming general election to ensure that only credible candidates are elected. Convener of the summit and APC candidate for Akwa Ibom Northeast Senatorial District, Basi Etim, says to ensure effective participation in the 2019 general elections, youths must be fully engaged through meaningful empowerment. He says in line with the well-thought-out programs and policies of the APC-led government, his foundation has set aside 50 million naira for scholarship and empowerment to ameliorate the plight of the less privileged.
The youth of these states are yearning for a change. We must ensure that we bring in APC government that is going to release sustainable empowerment.
Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senator Itainang, assured the people that President Muhammadu Buhari will not relent in his commitment to reposition Nigeria and urged all to support his re-election. Other chieftains of the APC in Akwa Ibom State commended the convener of the summit for the initiative.
We have been taught a lot of things. It's doing empowerment. It's a very good development.
In Uyo, Marian Vincent Oko, NTA News.
Time to take our first break. We have more reports on NTA Network News when we return. Stay with the NTA.
10 years ago, Globe predicted that the future lay in data. They decided to connect Nigeria to the rest of the world through their very own submarine cable. They laid a dedicated fiber optic ring around the country, seamlessly connecting to cities, suburbs, and towns. They created innovative, flexible, and highly affordable data plans. Soon, they had the largest growing network of new data subscribers in the country. Then, Glo launched 4G LTE, data so clear and so fast that it will transform the way Nigerians communicate, work, learn, and play. They can listen to millions of music tracks, enjoy thousands of movies, play online video games, and even watch live TV. Brought to you by the grandmasters of data.
Enjoy 25% more data when you auto-renew your plan. Your #1 4G network nationwide. Glo, grandmasters of data.
Yeah, hello?
Hi, Jenny. Can you supply 1,000 bottles of juice by noon?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, bye.
Hello? One day,
I go any store and say I want everything.
Jenny, Auntie, please, I need a loan.
One day, anything I want.
Hurry up!
Get it times 2. Someday, I'll be living.
Hello? Clean that up, clean that up.
Because I don't get the money, you downgrade me.
Your order is on the way.
Are you an entrepreneur looking for financing to grow a business? I have good news for you. Development Bank of Nigeria now provides sustainable financing through commercial banks, microfinance banks, and other financial institutions with repayment terms of up to 10 years. Please do remember, paying back your loan in good time will give you access to more loans.
Development Bank of Nigeria. Financing sustainable.
Want to know what's coming, guys? The free beach ball! I guess I'd better start again. Oh, here we go, everybody. Free beach ball! Yes, guys, there's a free beach ball in every carton of Capri Sun. Get a carton, get a ball. It's time to play some more. Way!
Capri Sun, the taste of fun. House of...
The Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, invites graduating students and the general public to its 26th convocation ceremony. The convocation lecture, titled Food and Us, Poverty, Policies and Politics, is to be delivered by Professor Toyin Falola of the Department of History, University of Texas, United States of America, under the chairmanship of Professor Anthony Ijaola Ashiwaju, MFR, Emeritus Professor, University of Lagos, on Wednesday, November 21st, 2018 by 2 p.m. Conferment of first degrees on the 2016-2017 graduating students holds on Thursday, November 22nd, 2018 by 10 a.m., while the award of postgraduate and honorary degrees on Nobel laureates Professor Wale Soyinka and historian Professor Toyin Falola holds on Friday, November 23rd, 2018 by 9 a.m. All events take place at the FUNAB Ceremonial Building. You are all cordially invited. Signed,
Registrar.
Munch it, got a tasty, crunchy feeling. Munch it, gotta munch it every day. Munch it, just give me the super snack. Munch it, oh irresistible. Munch it, makes me wanna say 1 munch, 2 munch, non-stop munch. Munch it is here, irresistible. 1 munch, 2 munch, non-stop munch.
Try a pack of Munch It snack.
You no be like before again, oh. Now, many more Nigerians, they suffer inside poverty. They no fit get better food, better house, better education and healthcare, unlike 20 years ago. As it be so, now to encourage families to bond the number of people with them fit take care of, so that them go comot them family and themselves from poverty and reduce economic hardship. Thank God for family planning or childbirth spacing. With them, plenty families go fit they live better lives. As leader where you be, the solution dey your hand, and what you need to do now to take action now. All we lawmakers and government people them must make sure say them put enough money down. We go make sure say childbirth spacing services where plenty people they also call family planning services go reach everybody. Our pastors, imam and traditional leaders suppose open mouth tell them people about the better thing we family planning did. We must join hand and get it together, make our future for bright. Now Federal Ministry of Health they bring on this message.
Nigeria, a land of promise, land of potential, rich in oil, arable land and solid minerals. Yet hunger, joblessness, homelessness and poverty are widespread. Over the years, Nigeria has suffered from hospitals without drugs, schools without teachers, and a huge infrastructure deficit. Clearly, we are yet to reach our full potential. And one of the reasons is because people choose bad leaders. Some even sell their conscience for a few thousand naira. For 2019 elections, don't sell your vote. Don't sell your future. Don't buy the people's lives. Vote selling is a crime against yourself. You will spend the next 4 years paying for it. Vote buying is against the law. Politicians, stop buying votes. People, stop selling your future. This message is from the National Orientation Agency.
This is the NTA Network News. Nigeria-South Africa Defense Committee is leveraging on exchange of experiences in peacekeeping operations, border safeguarding, security, cybersecurity, army aviation, as well as military health. This was brought to the fore at the fourth session of the committee meeting held in Abuja. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello reports.
Following the bilateral agreement between Nigeria and South Africa, a memorandum of understanding on defense cooperation was signed in 2013. The Article 3 of the MOU highlights the establishment of DEFCAM, which serves as a platform for meeting defense requirements of both countries, promoting civil-military intelligence, as well as research and development of defense equipment.
Some of the services following the necessary procedure ordered for defense equipment from South African defense industries, thus consolidating and strengthening the relationship between Nigeria and South Africa.
And we are trying our level best. We're in Burundi, we are in the DRC now, we're in Sudan, and we have gained a lot of experience, which we are ready to share with your good selves. I think we need to focus more and more on peacekeeping.
This synergy between both countries will align them to be in the Committee of Nations that are technologically advancing their military hardware. In Abuja, Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Nigeria's security and prosecuting agencies have been reminded of their roles in the successful implementation of the national policy on justice and the criminal justice system. Delegates stated these at the national workshop on the implementation of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. Femi Okewo has details.
The Administration of Criminal Justice Act has been variously described as the ultimate solution to Nigeria's criminal justice problems. That is, if all the sections are faithfully implemented. It is from this premise that the national policy on justice was also drawn. So this workshop brought together chief judges of states, the Nigerian police, the customs services, ICPC, EFCC, and such other agencies that the law gives the powers of arrest and prosecution to comply with the provisions of the Act on Justice Dispensation.
A workshop such as this, which is intended to review and adopt a national template for the implementation of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act.
The Inspector General of Police has shown an unfettered commitment to the successful implementation of the ACJA.
Organized by the Federal Ministry of Justice, the agencies were told not to push blames for the slow dispensation of justice, but take responsibility.
To galvanize justice sector stakeholders in our collective efforts in reforming the justice system for effective and efficient justice delivery.
Now what is required is the determination and the resources to be able to bring about the changes that we need.
The outcome of this workshop will help in the implementation of sections 29, 33, and 34, particularly of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. In Abuja, Femi Okewo, NTA News.
The Buhari Media Organization, BMO, has accused the Atiku Abubakar campaign organization of clutching at strands in a bid to paint Nigeria's security chiefs as partisan. A statement by the BMO chairman, Niyi Akinshiju, and Secretary Cassidy Madweke observed that, contrary to the impression being created, the service chiefs did not attend the flag-off of the Buhari-Osinbajo next-level campaign at the presidential villa, noting that only President Buhari's ADC, Colonel Muhammad Lawal, and the Commander Guards Brigade, Brigadier General Umar Musa, were in attendance. The Buhari Media Organization stated that the claims by the Atiku media handlers are actually a throwback of the People's Democratic Party PDP years, when top military and security chiefs were placed on the direct control of senior federal government officials before and during elections in many parts of the country. The statement adds that President Muhammadu Buhari is committed to ensuring professionalism in the armed forces and will never sanction any move to drag the armed forces and its leadership into partisan politics in any guise. The king of Okorieleme community has taken his advocacy for peaceful coexistence, national unity and integration to the regional level. Chimdema Ndubisi reports that the monarch was at a royal home and house of one of the Gambia's founding fathers to drive home his message.
There is this understanding that when traditional rulers of various ethnic groups in Africa who are closer to the grassroots interact, it boosts people-to-people relations, promoting cultural harmony and tolerance. It's in this light that the traditional head of Okorieleme Kingdom, with members of his cabinet, are on a visit to the Brikama Sumakunda Kingdom of the Gambia. His message is simple. It's to encourage African traditional rulers to work together for the unity and socio-economic growth of the region, presenting his book, Character of a King, to the royal family.
You have one thing, you have peace. Protect and guide that unity you have among yourselves today. And all the time when you see your king, be loyal to him so that he will bless you.
A message that was received with delight, earning the monarch an honorary citizenship in the royal family of Brikama Suma Kingdom.
It is our desire that we cement the relationship forever.
The paramount ruler of Okorieleme was also at the home of Sir Dauda Kairaba Jawara, former Prime Minister and first President of the Gambia.
We thank you and thank the people of Gambia for harboring Nigeria, accommodating Nigeria who are doing business here.
The Gambian leader is thrilled with the king's passion and encouraged him not to relent in his quest for a united Africa. Chimdema Ndubisi, NTA News.
Part of the Zonal Office of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, located at Wuse 2 in the Abuja municipality, was gutted by a fire late Monday night. The Commission's acting spokesman, Tony Orilade, confirmed the incident, which he said started at about 8 p.m. He, however, said the quick response of the men of the Federal Fire Service subdued the fire successfully. The fire started at the former newsroom of the Commission, which now serves as storage for ICT equipments that were retrieved from the various offices of the Commission within the Federal Capital Territory. Time now to join Hingino in Lagos for more on NTA Network News. Over to you, Hingino.
Thank you, Kudu. Welcome to Lagos and happy Mawlid. Techno Mobile, one of the world's leading mobile phone manufacturers, has unveiled its latest revolutionary A1 technology smartphone, Camon 11 Pro and Camon 11 series, with a 24 or 16 megapixel front camera. Management of the mobile phone company at the launch in Lagos said the device is designed for productivity and style for discerning users. Abolade Salami tells us more.
The Techno Camon 11 Pro and Camon 11 series is the latest smartphone option introduced by Techno Mobile as a top-notch product to its customers. The Camon 11 Pro Android smartphone with a 6GB RAM and a 24-megapixel A1 selfie front camera has a 64GB inbuilt storage facility, a fingerprint and a Face ID unlock sensor with a 3,750 mAh battery capacity. Management of Techno Mobile said the latest Android phone has a 6.2-inch super screen resolution and a dual camera of 16.5 megapixel at the back for selfie.
Since the first Camon CA was born, this Camon series was, people love this Camon series very much, and this is the first generation of the new Camon product, and this product, we are proud to say that this product will be another great smartphone because it's a total package.
The Camon Pro, which has a different design from the regular Camon 11, management of Techno said was designed to inspire its diamond fire outlook.
The phone is so amazing. And there's one more feature about this phone that I think is very amazing that our consumers will love. Now, you see, for this phone, it has the fingerprint at the back. Now, when you're making a phone call and maybe you just want to record the phone call, all you just have to do is type on this and then the phone is recording. I think that's amazing.
Meanwhile, Techno Mobile, through a raffle draw, is said to reward its esteemed customers with a trip to Dubai or Seychelles in January 2019. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
Local and foreign explorationists are strategizing on how to better the future of the oil and gas industry globally. This is at the 36th International Conference of the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists holding in Lagos. Muhammad Abdulkadir reports.
One of the attendees at the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists, Mohammed Abdul Kudus, a 400-level geology student of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, says his future plan is to change the narrative in the sector.
To explore the world, to harness its power, to better understand the world.
Since the future starts now, this gathering of experts in the oil and gas, which is regarded as the largest anywhere in the African sub-region, is momentous. They are indigenous and foreign professionals who want to chart a new paradigm shift in energy mix, with emphasis that the world is not about to abandon oil and gas, no matter the renewed focus for renewable energy.
The digital transformation is already finding its home in our industry. This will further project us into the digital age.
Answer exploration activities in the current global outlook, new place, new approach.
Tight oil and gas is the introduction of technology into the mix.
Gas is recommended.
Nigeria can take advantage of the fast turnaround time in developing renewable energy compared to field development of major oil fields to boost the investment in renewable energy.
The renewable is more scientifically based and it has to be developed for the country.
Attention later shifted to the gallery of exhibitions showing the connection between exploitation, exploration, and production, as well as consumption to grow the sector. The theme of the 36th Annual Conference is evolving strategies for a sustainable petroleum business in a fluctuating oil price regime. In Lagos, Muhammad Abdelkadir, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Network News. More reports ahead after this timeout. Please stay with us.
Hello, Niger.
It's a beautiful day.
And now it's time for some amazing music.
Don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back.
Where is it?
What are you searching for?
With Glow Yakata, for every recharge, they'll give you 22 times the amount to call all the networks.
What? So if I load 100 Naira, they will give me 2,200 Naira?
Exactly! And that's not all. They are also giving up to 6 gigabytes of data every month for 6 whole months.
Wow! That's incredible!
Yes!
Are you sure? 22 times on every recharge?
Yup. Found it! Found it!
That's it!
Yes!
Glow Yakata. Get up to 6 gigabytes data every month for 6 months and 2,200 Naira bonus for every 100 Naira recharge. The call all networks where talkers and browsers live. The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1, a delicious combination of rich cocoa and wholesome goodness of milk. Just add hot water to get an instant chocolatey treat. Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1. Just add hot water.
You in the air-conditioned office with the itchy throat. Strepsils. Girl in the spotlight with the raspy throat. Strepsils. You in the pollution. It's you. Dry throat. Strepsils. Hello in the downpour with the scratchy throat. Take Strepsils. Strepsils, with its soothing medicinal ingredients, will heal the harm done to your throat from external factors. Strepsils. Strepsils. Strepsils, for a dry, itchy, raspy, scratchy throat.
From our wonderful family, meet our active triplets. Mixology, for example, mixes well with drinks. Then enjoy every quick meal with Slurp It Off. And everywhere you go, there is Go-Gurt. Packed with with healthy nutrition, nourishing vitamins, power of protein, strength of calcium, revitalizing energy. Hollandia yogurt is bursting with goodness inside and out. Hollandia yogurt, it's all good. Hollandia!
Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1, a delicious combination of rich cocoa and wholesome goodness of milk. Just add hot water to get an instant chocolatey treat. Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1. Just add hot water.
Fake news which is shared for malicious purposes is a danger to our peace and security in Nigeria. Misinformation as fake news is a serious threat to our hard-earned democracy and promotes hatred and misunderstanding between our communities. We are all responsible for stopping the spread of fake news in its tracks. So, always check the source and credibility of any news item. Say no to fake news. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information.
My name is Dike Ebere Charles. I'm from Abuja local government area, Anambra State. I'm privileged to be one of the beneficiaries of this Empower and Health. To be specific, I'm a graduate of Human Anatomy.
My name is Abubakar Musa Sufi. I'm from Kano State, Fagge local government. I study in Kano State University of Science and Technology as a food scientist.
Applied for the Empower program, but I was reluctant because of the way that things have been going in this country. You know, is based on who you know, based on favoritism, your godfather, or maybe nepotism, religion, and ethnic stuff like that. So when we went there in Fagge local government, it was not based on maybe religion or ethnicity, but it was surely based on merit. Once you have your credential on ground, you are good to go.
I must testify that it is free of any form of nepotism.
Thank you for remaining with NTN Network News. Time now to look into the financial market with Amina Nujen, who is here with the latest development. What is new, Amina?
Well, the Monetary Policy Committee meeting is anticipation about review of rates, but details shortly.
Thank you.
Now, Nigeria has inaugurated 4 standards on human resources. This is with a view to conforming to global best practices. These standards were in line with the stipulation of the International Standard Organization, ISO, considering that investment in human capital has taken a front seat as Nigeria joins the world to mitigate the effect of economic shocks. Nigeria now considers 4 out of the 11 ISO standards, and when fully implemented would help build capacities and capabilities of the Nigerian workforce.
The only way the Nigerian person can be competitive worldwide is if the Nigerian person operates at international best practices. Oil will pass away, every other thing will go, but the Nigerian person will be there. So we want to get the human resource of the Nigerian person to be competitive worldwide.
In other business developments, the Nigerian Senate says it will continue to encourage legislation that will improve investment in the capital market by ensuring the regulator is able to perform its responsibility efficiently. This was disclosed by the Deputy Chairman Senate Committee on Capital Market, Foster Ogola, in Abuja, when members of the Capital Market Committee visited the Securities and Exchange Commission. Acting Director General of SEC appealed to the lawmakers to assist in ensuring that government-owned companies list on the exchange, as it will boost investor confidence and attract investment from foreigners. And finally, the postponed Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria will hold its last meeting for 2018 on the 21st and 22nd of November. Financial experts are predicting that the committee is likely to leave the rate at 14%. The committee is expected to extensively deliberate on decline in oil prices, further rate hike in United States, the prospective increase in minimum wage of 30,000 naira a month, and inflation rates, as well as continued portfolio outflows. Now that's a wrap on business news. Mohammed, it's back to you for the continuation of Network News.
Thank you so very much, Amina. In other news, Minister of State Petroleum Resources Ibe Kachiku has commended the success recorded in the Indorama Petrochemicals public-private partnership, and he tasked other petroleum companies to emulate their achievement. Dr. Kachiku stated this when he visited the world-class fertilizer plant, Train 1, currently producing 1.5 million metric tons of urea fertilizer per annum. Ifeoma Omesa reports.
On arrival, the minister undertook a facility tour to appraise development at the plant. The Indorama Element Fertilizer Plant has a 1.5 million metric tons of urea fertilizer per annum production capacity, the largest single-line urea plant in the world. This impressed the minister, especially with the performance of Indorama Group, which became core investor in the old LMA Petrochemicals Limited, and has turned it into a profitable world-class facility. The management has so far invested a total of $3.2 billion in its operations in Nigeria.
Gifted to the position of the federal government, which is that we must transit from just moving crude and moving raw gas out into ships and shipping them out. They've got to be processed here. So the work that we need to do for ourselves, and we have very clear directives in that we need to find gas for those who can turn gas into something meaningful.
Dear sir, we welcome you a very, very warm and heartfelt welcome to the Indorama complex. A small presentation. The Honorable Minister permits will take you through the presentation and we can get fast track as the time permits.
Indorama has supplied about 250,000 metric tons of granular urea fertilizer to farmers nationwide in Port Harcourt. Ifeoma Omesa, NTA News.
We have more news from our Sokoto Network Center with Asmao. Hello, Asmao.
Muhammad, and a warm welcome to Sokoto. Northern traditional rulers have renewed their commitment towards ensuring full implementation of policies and programs aimed at improving health status of the people. They gave the commitment at a public presentation on community partnership strategy on primary healthcare services in Sokoto. Mohamed Nasser reports.
Primary health care is a key to the attainment of universal health coverage, whose component ranges from health education, immunization against preventable diseases, prevention and control of epidemic and endemic diseases, as well as ensuring improved maternal and child health. To achieve community participation and ownership of health care, Sokoto State Government remains committed to ensuring effective implementation of all recommendations of primary health care under one roof for effective service delivery.
It is my prayer to our respective stakeholders to invest and support our cause in making strong partnership for improved primary health care service in the state.
Other stakeholders underscored the role of traditional institutions in implementation of healthcare activities, with particular reference to the successes recorded in polio and routine immunization.
They have also helped to increase the enrollment of children in primary and secondary schools.
At this time, we would like to ensure no child is left unimmunized.
Development partners stress the need for effective implementation of community partnership in Sokoto. Mohammed Nasir, NTA News.
Government has been charged to work towards addressing the challenges of inland water transportation with a view to unlocking its potentials. Nura Tanko Wakili has the report.
13 out of the 21 local government areas of Kebbi State have access to water transportation, with River Niger having over 10 crossing points and a major navigational route that linked up Nigeria with Niger and Benin Republics. This facilitated both domestic and international trade, thereby improving the economy of the affected areas. However, inland water transportation is not without some challenges in Kebbi State, as within the last 18 months, 6 boat mishaps were recorded, which claimed many lives and property worth millions of naira.
We have written to both the federal government through the NIWA and state government, giving suggestions that this tree stump should be cut down to the ground level.
Whatever is detrimental to the existence of waterway system in the northern Nigeria should be cut up.
Water transportation has the capacity of reducing pressure on Nigerian roads. In Building Kebbi, Nura Tanko Wakili, NTA News.
And that's it from Sokoto. Is back to Muhammad in Abuja for more on the news. Good evening.
Thank you, Asma'u. President Muhammadu Buhari has asked politicians and Nigerians to see the 2019 general elections as a contest that must be played according to principles, norms and values in order to strengthen the democratic institutions of Nigeria. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, who represented President Buhari, stated this at the unveiling of the memoir of former President Goodluck Jonathan, titled My Transition Year Hours, in Abuja. Ahmed Ondas Ahmed now reports.
Yes, how are you? I'm all right. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
With that single telephone call by former President Goodluck Jonathan to the then President-elect Muhammadu Buhari, Nigeria and her citizens were saved from the anxiety of the 2015 presidential election. To all political gladiators at the book launch, what later became the Jonathan Doctrine, that is, no political ambition is worth the blood of any Nigeria, really defined the finest transition hour that strengthened democracy in Nigeria and Africa as a continent.
Your Excellency, it is important to restate that in the run-up to the election, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan and I were parties to a common pact to ensure that the 2015 general elections were violence-free and credible. The accomplishment of that objective has placed Nigeria as a leader in the development of democracy in Africa.
The event provided an opportunity for peer review as well as a lesson for emerging democracies in Africa.
He is a good man and he will do the right thing. And that's exactly what happened.
Nigeria, let us continue to make it all cool and calm.
I wish you well. I wish you many, many happy returns.
To the celebrant who turned 61, the occasion calls for stock-taking for the Independent National Electoral Commission as it prepares for the 2019 general elections.
The issue of vote buying is becoming scandalous in Nigeria. For all the countries have gone to observe elections, ordinary inducement of the electorate is criminalized and people don't do it. But here in Nigeria, we take inducing electorate as a part of the democratic process. What I mean by inducing the electorate is that during campaigns, we'll package rice, salt, with the photograph of the candidates, the logo of the parties, and distribute to people. That is wrong by all.
The 15-chapter book x-rayed the days former President Goodluck Jonathan cut his teeth into politics till the day he considered defeat to President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015. Ahmed Ondas Ahmed, NTA News.
Sport Update is next after this break.
The Nigerian television